Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this brand new day. Likely no intro or anything. I'm in kind of a rush. I feel antsy and nervous because I have an appointment today. But on my lap, I have a little Gojira. She was awake, and while she had her little nest in this corner, she wasn't asleep. So I made noise, and then I picked her up. But here's the little Gojira. She is such a good little hamster. She is an absolute sweetheart. So I'm going to put her back so that she can do what she wants to do and be a little hamster. Thank you so very, very much. You are such a sweetheart. There we go. Yay. Now, most of my other hamsters, when I do that, they get a little irate and they stomp around their cage and they eat food and they drink water and then they go to their cage. Excuse me. Oh boy. I hadn't realized I was so full of carbon dioxide there from the soda I had been drinking. My apologies. Oof. But they usually stomp around. Goodness gracious. Because they're upset that they got picked up and then they settle down. She just curled right up into her nest and she's back to what she was doing. Definitely a good thing. I love all my little hamsters. Now, I had been worried before because when Thigmo was up above or in a different cage, because he was so nervous, his immune system was not doing well. And I could tell because when a hamster gets older, you can feel their vertebrae on their spine. When they're young, when they're healthy, when they're just mature without being old, they have just like, it feels like a bit of a rebar inside of their body where their spine is. You can't feel the individual bumps, it's just a solid line. As they get older and they get thinner, you start to be able to feel their individual vertebrae all the way down, and they just get bonier and thinner. For a while, before I put him down below, I could feel his vertebrae. He was just so nervous all the time. It was just tearing him apart. Now that he's down below, and he doesn't have to worry, you can't feel a single vertebrae. He's just a solid line underneath his skin again. Definitely a good thing. He's gotten all healthy. And I checked on Dr. Snurf because I wanted to make sure with him, because he spends so much time just in his nest. But when I checked him as well, it was just a nice solid line under his back. You could not feel any individual vertebrae. So he's just, by temperament, doesn't want to run on his wheel right now. Not because he's feeling bad or old or anything. So that's good. Definitely a thumbs up. Irritatingly enough, I've mentioned before that I get boils. You know, they're fun. I got one right here. It had started off as like, I guess it was like a little ingrown hair, because it was a little hard nodule, and it was irritating when it would press against the arm of my chair. Well, now it's an actual boil. It doesn't hurt. You know, there's no head to it that you can pop, but there's stuff going on underneath and inside. I mean, if I did manage to pop it, there'd be a lot of blood that came out with it. Yay. So, boils are fun. Thumbs up for that. But yes, I have a primary care provider appointment at American Lake today. Because, as I've mentioned, but just to help remind everyone, there is a type of heart condition where, oddly enough, who knows why, if you have this heart condition, you get a crease in your earlobe. Left or right, I can't remember. But you get a crease that develops in your earlobe. And it is a good indicator of that condition, because people that have that crease need to get checked, because generally people that have that crease don't take care of it, die of that heart condition. Not good. And of course, I have been paranoid my whole life, because when I was younger, John Ritter was a big actor. He was in all sorts of shows, Three's Company, and all sorts of other stuff. But then he was getting older. He was doing more, real acting stuff instead of just silly sitcom things. But he had a crease in his ear, and he never got it checked out. And people were starting to realize at this point in time that that's not good. But he had that crease, and then one day died because of his heart condition. So I've been very paranoid. And of course, like last month, I noticed that I was starting to get a crease. So I've got a appointment, that's the word, at the American Lake Veterans Administration, my primary care provider. Joy, I have to drive there. My van is not in the best conditions, and one of my tires has gone flat, so my housemates put the spare on there. So I don't have a spare tire, and the water pump needs work, and the timing belt needs work, and I don't have a cell phone, so if the thing breaks down on my way, it's gonna be fun. Definitely a good thing. But I can't remember if I mentioned this, I also want to have a cardiac stress test, because when I go walking, you have your atria and you have your ventricles of your heart. Your atria are the little tiny ones that just squish blood, returning blood from your, aorta. What is the word? It's not aorta, but you've got your veins and arteries. There we go. The artery comes back, and it just helps, because by the time the blood goes all the way to your digestive system, all the way to your circulatory system, when it starts off, it's got a boom. It's right out of your heart. Great force. When it's coming back, by the time it gets back to your heart, it's almost just drip gravity feed. And so your atria are there to give a little push, that little extra boost. And in fact, if your atria fail entirely, it's not the end of the world. My wife, both of her valves on her atria had ended up failing. It just makes you very tired. You got to monitor it. You got to make sure you're going to be okay, because the blood can pool, and pooling blood equals clots. So not good. As long as you're managing things, though, medically or surgically or whatever, you're okay, though. Point being, when things happen, you can usually do something about it. So, the blood comes in, just drip feed. Now, when I go walking, sometimes I hit a certain pace, and then my atria misfire. I can slow down, and then everything's fine. Push the pace up just a little bit more, and the atria start to misfire again. So I want to get a stress test to make sure that there's nothing really hideous and awful going on that way. Thumbs up. Yeah, life is joyous. It's okay, though. I mean, I'm already playing medical dodgeball with fate right now. I mean, I've mentioned how I've already had several, I've had 2 colonoscopies where they've had to take out polyps from my colon. And of course, they've been precancerous. So I am playing dodgeball with colon cancer. And so far, I've managed to dodge the ball. Hopefully, I can keep dodging the ball the rest of my life, because colon cancer especially is very painful. I don't like pain. So I don't want to have to fight cancer at 57, 58 or more and dealing with pain. So joy. Thumbs up for that. But past that, I mean, things are just things. Last night I did not go walkies. I wanted to, but I also didn't. I was just feeling lazy, and so I just took a shower last night, and I have been keeping this part of my hair in the back really, really short. I let this grow out actually just a little bit more. I used to keep it at 3/4 of an inch. Now I changed the guide to a 1-inch guide. Because, I mean, my hair used to be long. I just don't have body anymore because it's gotten so thin. So can't get really long, or because it's so thin, it's just going to cling to my scalp because there's no body to it. And my hair used to be like a blonde afro because there was just so much body. It didn't get long, it got big. It was never an actual afro. It's always just been long. I've had natural waves in my hair, but it's never been curly. So it's just always gotten big. But then, of course, you know, you get older. Thumbs up for that. So I'm hoping over this weekend, or starting hopefully when I get back today, I'm going to actually get the time to get some writing done. I've talked with my therapist about this. Because, stubborn as I am, I'm realizing I need to schedule my writing time. And I need to schedule it for early in the day. Because writing takes physical energy. I've got to be on the keyboard. And it takes a lot of mental energy. And before you do anything else, your brain already uses up 25 to 33% of all the energy that your body takes in just to run. When you think, it uses up even more. That is why you can get exhausted from thinking hard, because your brain needs more energy, and so more. And you can end up using 50 or 60% of all the energy that comes into your body just by thinking. Because of my fibromyalgia, because of the fact that when I go to sleep, my rechargeable battery, something just felt itchy. I want to make sure there was like nothing crawling on me. My rechargeable batteries, when a normal person goes to sleep, your rechargeable batteries fill up close to 100%, anywhere from 75 to 99%. Maybe if you're one of those lucky, it charges up to 100% every single day. My battery charges up to about 40% charge. So when I try to write in the evening time, I've got like a 5% charge left on my battery, and I still have to go walkies. So I go walkies, I got nothing left. I need to schedule my writing time for like while a video is rendering. Try and get my 2,000 words in that way. Most professional writers, from everything I've seen from the actual professional writers themselves, saying, you know, you have to set a goal. And that's a bare minimum goal. But it's 2,000 words a day. You don't stop until you've gotten your 2,000 words in. Bare minimum. And it's not easy to get that done oft times. So doing your 2,000 words a day is a good thing. And remember, if you want to write, look up NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo. I sure hope I'm close. Hopefully I've got it written down up here somewhere. Start writing your novel now. Sure, it's a 50,000 word novel that you would be writing in the month of November, but just because you haven't started yet doesn't mean you have to not do it at all. And just because it's supposed to be done in November, as long as you start in November and then write a 50,000 word novel in 30 days, NaNoWriMo. Thumbs up for that. So one day I'm going to actually get that done as soon as I figure out a good time so I can get this done, so I can actually write with energy. Thumbs up for that. Definitely a good thing. Past that though, just surviving and doing things, and I can't really think of much to say right now. Undoubtedly I will have more to think about and talk about tomorrow after my appointment, but for right now I can't think about much. So I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. Hopefully up to 25 these days. I've been not even getting 25 people commenting, so I'll do the best that I can. Definitely a thumbs up on that. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, just not good at that. If I get lost, that happens. Fibromyalgia, brain damage from alcoholism, problems with memories from depression, and of course, I use cannabis like a chimney for chronic pain, and sometimes that doesn't help either. And of course, I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking people for having left me a comment. Thank you very, very much. I'd say more, but I've forgotten what it all is. So definitely thumbs up on that. We have Brian Lawrenson. Thumbs up. Lieutenant Commander Data. Actually, no, I do not do reactions at this time. Potatotron, thank you so very, very much. Oh my gosh. Having to go to the doctors really just took a huge chunk of money out of my... Thank you very, very much. It is greatly appreciated. We have, I don't know how to pronounce, Botaquila, aka Ghost, Ghost Tea. Thank you very, very much. Special K, greatly appreciated. Sort of tardy soap. I mean, he's one of those that skip the beginning of the reaction videos where I talk about why I have to talk over the video to say why you shouldn't talk over the video. So, well, thank you. Nice you left a comment. Too bad you didn't watch the beginning where I talk about that. The Tardy Soap, greatly appreciated. Confused Owl 29, greatly appreciated. Daisy Aqua, thumbs up and thank you. Kathy Kits Cat, I understand. I understand. Scary MP4 YT, thumbs up, and Low Winter, thumbs up and thank you. Magnetic FN, greatly appreciated. Bailey Snyder, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up. Mac M, greatly appreciated. And we have A Lemon Pie 407, greatly appreciated. Tommy Matthews, thumbs up and thank you. We have Slim Jim, greatly appreciated. Adina R, thumbs up and thank you. We have Abdullah Ghanem. I sure hope I'm close, but I bet I'm not. Maro Eternal, thumbs up and thank you. Double X Bloodline X underscore 808XX, thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Ballasted Gun 04 EFC. Thank you, each and every one of you. Greatly appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to support me without donating to one of those, I do have a PayPal link down below if you wanted to send any cash that way. And if you wanted to support me without actually sending cash, I have an Amazon wish list down below with things like cat food, hamster food, silly things, non-silly things. So if you wanted to check that out, that would be cool and awesome. Do not feel obligated. I don't feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. Greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. I need to cut that down to make it shorter. There's just way too much I'm saying. Anyway, though, I'm going to get this edited and rendered, and then I've got to get off to my appointment. I feel I'm still an hour and a half away from having to leave at a bare minimum. I could be in another hour and a half before I have to leave. And I'd still feel nervous and antsy. Well, 2 hours I'm in, so life is fun. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.